What if Brant also does an outro buff? What if Brant buffs Changli? What is our girl Phoebe gonna do? There's 3 things that she could be. She could be a sustainer. She could be a spectro DPS buffer. What if she's just a main DPS? Alright, so your account is suspended and is not permitted to perform this action. What action did I perform? Y'all wanna go look at the drip marketing? You still have to sign in. Anyone wanna link me directly to the drip marketing? Yeah, I'm kinda hecked, I can't find it. But you know what Twitter will let me do? Even though I'm banned, they'll let me sign up and pay. Ain't that crazy? Throw me some direct links in chat to each of the drip marketing posts. That would be awesome. Now let me pull those up. So the first one was Brant, okay? Hey, hold on, did I give him a whole animation? He is so pretty. I want her. I need her. That tacit mark on her leg. Havana. I need her. I want her. Spectro. And rectifier. Wait, hold on. Fire and sword. Okay, does this mean we finally have the character that Changli goes with? Changli has not had a character to, pair with. But she kinda pairs with Changli Yao with her liberation damage buff, but, it's only part of her buff, right? She also buffs fusion damage, but Zhang Liao doesn't do fusion, he does electro. Yinlin does electro and liberation, so, who pairs with Zhang Liao, but what about Changli? But hold on a second. The new set, let's just pull this up real quick. It is type-breaking courage, I believe. Yeah, so fusion damage and basic attack damage. And it's very energy regeneration focused. So if this is for Brant, which it probably is since fusion damage and he's fusion, he's gonna be very energy regeneration focused. But is he gonna be basic attack or liberation? Or both? So that's the deal. Changli buffs fusion and liberation. This dragon has fusion and basic attack on it. So is Brant gonna be basic? Is he gonna be liberation? Is he gonna do some of both? What's gonna happen here? The bat is going to be something important to find out, because if this set is not for him, then let's go back to the other set, the other fire set. Let's assume the Nightmare Infernal Rider. So it's fusion damage and resonant skill damage bonus. Would that be for Changli? The resonant skill damage? I'm just trying to figure out, who are these buffs for? What are these in mind for? Is Brant gonna do skill damage and then he's gonna use this set? Or is he gonna use the new set and be basic? Or is he gonna be neither and receive buffs from Changli, who has an outro that buffs fusion and liberation? What's gonna happen here? This is the only forecast for this set too. This here, this entire set bonus here can be for any element. So they could add another forecast that's a different element, and someone else could also be energy regeneration based. But right now this is the only forecast for this element. So I'm assuming that this is gonna be for Brant's. The new set is for Changli, she does skill damage. So that's not this set. Changli does skill damage, so she would want the old Molten Rift set, but with the new Nightmare Infernal Rider that buffs fusion and skill. Yes? What if, hold on, back up a second. What if Brant also does an outro buff? What if Brant doesn't do liberation damage? What if Brant just does basic attack damage for that dragon? Then Changli's liberation just doesn't apply to anyone. Or excuse me, her outro liberation buff doesn't apply to anyone, but her fusions can still. What if Brant buffs Changli? That sounds insane to me, but it could be a thing. Fusion and resonant skill damage. The crownless, Nightmare Crownless. Hold on, I wanna use this kind of as a comparison. So Havoc Eclipse, Nightmare Crownless buffs Havoc and basic attack, okay? And Rochia buffs Havoc and basic attack. So what if Brant buffs fusion and skill damage, and Changli is the main DPS? Or they just swap and they buff each other? I don't have Changli, so I'm not gonna be pulling Brant if he pairs with her. I'm not gonna be pulling Brant anyway, because I wanna pull Phoebe, but it's just all of these ideas floating around. I love doing this. I love just theorizing what's gonna happen, how things are gonna work together. What is Brant going to do? Now, more importantly, what is our girl Phoebe gonna do? Because we know Brant is fire, and we know she is spectro. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about leaks. Welcome in, Mochima. So Phoebe, she's using a rectifier, and she is spectro. So there's 3 things that she could be. She could be a healer, or a general supporter that heals shorekeeper. Our sustainers are really just buffers, but she could be a sustainer, the second limited sustainer. She could be a spectro DPS buffer, so she Baidu's, let's say, since she's a rectifier. Maybe she does coordinated attacks, and thus will buff Jinsei. Maybe her outro does skill and spectro damage, thus, and be perfect for Jinsei, right? If she does coordinated attacks and both of those buffs, she'd be perfect for Jinsei. But also, what if the other thing I was thinking she might be before we knew she was Spectro, or before I knew she was Spectro, was maybe she might be an Arrow DPS. She's not an Arrow DPS, clearly, because she's not Arrow. What if she's just a main DPS? I don't think that's going to be the case. We've had one main DPS Arrow character, Gion. We don't have a dedicated support unit for him yet. We don't have a limited character that does heavy attack damage and arrow. Now he does have a couple of 4-star supports that are really good for him. Auto buffs the shit out of arrow, and more if he buffs the shit out of Tavi, if I recall correctly. See, the next character is Jinsei. She doesn't have a dedicated support. Jejo works for her just fine. Just the skill damage portion, unfortunately, but Tao Chi also works for her because skill damage. But Jinsei doesn't have a dedicated support. That's kind of what I'm expecting Phoebe to be, is Jinsei's dedicated support. It feels like the characters we're getting right now. Rotia is Camelia's dedicated support. Brett might be Cheng Li's support. You never know. Cheng Li's second words. Brett might be Cheng Li's support. Phoebe might be Jinsei's support. Carlotta has her support in Jaja. Zhang Liao has his support in Yinlin. She might be Jinsei's support. That's kind of what I'm expecting that she's going to end up being. That's my guess. That is my prediction, that Phoebe's going to pair with Jinsei and Brant's going to pair with Cheng Li. We'll just have to wait till 2.1 to find out. But yeah, those are my guesses. Those are my guesses. Phoebe pairs with Jinsei. Brett pairs with Cheng Li. We'll see what happens. I still wonder what Zani's gonna do. We don't know when Zani's gonna come. She could be 2.2. She's not trip marketed yet. She could be 2.2. She could be even later than that. Who knows? I'm kind of expecting she's gonna be either Fusion or Havoc. And I'm also kind of expecting she's going to be a Sustain. I bet Zani is going to be a shield sustain. That's my what's the word I'm looking for? Prediction. Zani's going to be a shield-based sustain unit, and any character that has her shield's going to have a bus of some kind. Yeah, that'll make everyone want to pull for Zani. Everyone already wants to pull for Zani. Make her a sustain. Everyone's going to pull for Zani. As we have a whopping one other sustain limited character, and we have a whopping 2 at the moment 5-star sustains. You want to do the overdrive tower? You mean if you need a sustain on each team, you have to use a 4-star character, which honestly, that's fine. Baija can be Carlotta's support because she will buff Glacial if you ever a 6. If you don't, then I guess RIP, but anyway, that's enough speculating. What do you guys think? Comment below.